Hello, welcome. I am Terry Ann Porter, and I've been talking to you. You've heard me talk about Toastmasters and several of my different little broadcast things. I want you to meet some of my Toastmasters friends. So I've started a series now, meeting with some of my Toastmasters friends, and we are going to tell you about why we are so excited about this organization and what it has done for us. Well, first of all, let me introduce you to my very first guest. Oh, I love this man. Meet Shed Mayberry. Shed, welcome. I'm so excited that you've agreed to join me here today.
Thank you, Terry Ann. And I am happy to join you as well. Hopefully, I can start off your show with two toasts. First, Toastmasters for 100 years. This year is going to be 100 years for Toastmasters, so I want to celebrate them. And also, I want to celebrate Tower Talkers will be 50 years
50.
and the year's anniversary this year. And they got chartered in 1974, so it'll be 50 years for them, and I want to give both of those organizations a toast.
Oh, thank you very much. In fact, I do have some contact information I'll be displaying here so you can check out either one. Let's get started here. Now, you have been, well, first of all, let's start here. Um, why are you in Toastmasters? What led you to join Toastmasters?
Why Toastmasters? That is a great question. I love to share my why of Toastmasters. I am retired military, and when I retired in 2010, I wanted to better myself individually when I got the job at the hospital on Fort Riley. I want to be a better speaker working around medical professionals coming from combat veteran role. And that's why I got into Toastmasters. I went to my first Toastmaster meeting, met the individuals, and loved it. And ever since then, I've been in Toastmasters, and I just love watching individuals grow. It's not about me anymore. It's about the individuals that I see grow in Toastmasters.
Well, how long have you been in Toastmasters?
I have been in Toastmasters now 10 years.
10 years.
Yes. November made 10 years for me. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, fantastic. November will be 7 for me. I wasn't too far behind you there.
And I want to tell you, I still feel like a brand new baby in Toastmasters, just taking in all the information. I've met individuals that's been in Toastmasters 25, 30 years, and I'm like, what keeps you in Toastmasters? I've been in 10 years, and I see what keeps you in. It's just, once again, networking and just watching those individuals grow.
Watching others and seeing how they grow.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I love that. Now, you had a challenge going, was it last year or the year before? You were going to see how many clubs worldwide you could attend. After all, with Zoom and technology today, I mean, you could be anywhere. How did you do in that challenge?
First, COVID is a bad taste in everyone's mouth. But for me, it opened up the international part of Toastmasters. When I first joined Toastmasters, I was just worried about my little Manhattan Toastmasters club in Kansas. And that's the only thing I focuses on, because everything was in person. It was hard to get everywhere. But since everything has opened up online, I've visited clubs in Ireland, Japan, Germany, Canada, all over the world. And I think I visited about 20 Toastmasters clubs in other countries last year. I did put a list out for the other Toastmasters in District 22, which is in Kansas and Western Missouri, to also go out and visit clubs. I had a list of about 35 clubs for them to go out to visit. But it has been a great journey, and I'm hoping to get back on that role as I have now stepped down outside of leadership and now an advisor. But I want to get back into visiting clubs. One of my biggest things that I appreciate, I went to a club in Japan and they knew my name. I'm like, how did my name get over here in Japan? So they already knew who I was. We heard about you, Shed.
They heard about you and still let you come in. I like that. Well, now you've attended several clubs, so that makes me wonder, is every club exactly the same?
No. Every club has their own identity. You have corporate clubs. You have For instance, I'm in a military environment. We have those military connections with our club. You have college clubs. So every club have their own identity. You have clubs that want to just work on their English speaking skills. You have all different types of clubs. And you can form a club of any kind. You can just go out and say, I want to create a basket weaving Toastmasters club. And we just talk about Toastmasters while we're doing our basket weaving. So it's up to you to think outside the box when you're creating your club.
Oh, okay. So you could attend one club and not really resonate with the people, but attend another club and just, oh man, this is my connection. This is where I want to be. So you still have the atmosphere of I guess the overall theme of Toastmasters, but you have different atmosphere in every situation.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, my time, what we call the trio, when I was growing clubs and then doing the training and then the district director, I've had many conversations with individuals saying, Shed, thank you for the opportunity, but Toastmasters just isn't for me. And I asked them why. Well, I was in this one club. I say, have you tried another club? For me, it's like a counselor. That one counselor might not be right for you, but you went through 3, 4, 5 counselors before you finally found the right one. So I give everyone an opportunity to please go out and visit another club, find that Toastmaster family that is there to support you, because whatever you're there for, and in my home club, when the individual joins, we like to know, how can we help you with Toastmasters? Are you here for an interview? Are you here to better yourself? Are you here to be a better listener? So how can we help you become a better person in the community?
Oh, I like that. I know I attended one club and it was okay. I thought, okay, well, this is what it's like. I'll just go back. But something kept stopping me from going back. I tried another club and man, there was an immediate, this is for me. It was amazing how I felt that. And I've attended, like you, I visited other clubs, and there's some clubs that I just say, yeah, the people are nice, but I don't really connect. And then other ones I say, yeah, I want to meet those people. I want to know those people.
Well, I tell you, Terry Ann, you know me. I love to be full of energy. When
Oh,
I have a hard
absolutely.
day at work, I love to come to a Toastmasters meeting that has the energy to get my level back up after the work has taken it down. I went to one club and they said, Shed, your energy is so high, you need to tone it down a little bit. I say, I like your structure at your club, but evidently this club is not for me. I need energy when I go to a club.
Absolutely. Can you tell me a story about something that happened in a Toastmasters meeting that you just really fascinating or not? Tell me a story about one of your meetings.
Again, I love watching individuals grow. Probably one of the greatest events I want to share at one of my meetings was when a new member came in very shy, and I asked them, I said, okay, welcome. What brought you out? And they said, well, I just heard about Toastmasters. My boss asked me to come out and check out a meeting, and I'm very shy. So they went to take a seat at the back of the room. And I was like, you didn't come out to sit in the back. You want to get involved. So we want to welcome you to the table, be a part of the family. And she came to the table and she was afraid to speak that first meeting. Now this individual is giving speeches in Malaysia, at the college campuses. So when I first met her, she wouldn't speak in front of 3 people. Now she's speaking in front of audiences like over 100 people right now.
Oh, that is awesome. Well, that makes me wonder, how big are Toastmasters clubs?
The recommended member level for Toastmasters Club is 20 or more. But you'll see some of the strongest clubs I've been in have 12 to 15 club members. Those members are active and everyone is in there making that club go. I think you don't want to have a club with too many members. I went to one meeting, there was about 40 members, but you have those 15 to 18 individuals that are working while everyone is else sitting around. So you want members to be active. But the recommended amount is 20, 25 members in the club. I think that is a good number. Everyone is active. You're getting your education knocked out, and everyone is learning the roles of Toastmaster, the different roles. But once you go above that, I think you might want to look at probably trying to form another club. Mm-hmm. Or if you get below 12, then that's when you probably want to start really increasing your membership opportunities and networking to get more members in your club.
Wow. Well, now I've talked to people about Toastmasters, and one comment I hear is, "Well, I don't want to do public speaking, so I don't need it." What are some of the other things that you can learn in Toastmasters?
You can learn interview techniques, working in human resources. I truly believe the confidence that we instill in our members can't be beat, whether it's online or in person. To be able to give interviews online, knowing exactly where the camera is, without
Mhm.
saying all of those filler words, is critical in hiring the right person for your organization. Providing a positive environment is probably my biggest reason to stay in Toastmaster. I've dealt with a lot of conflict resolutions, and it's about having an organization where everyone is valued. I don't. I've retired. I've started back down at the entry level as far as the government. But when I'm asked to, can we have Shed sit in on a meeting between? There's some friction between two organizations. Can we have Shed come down and be a mediator? That gives me so much confidence that my organization has faith in me. I don't have to be a GS15 or whatever, but I'm being asked to sit in on those meetings, and the organization knows when I'm coming down, I'm there to listen and to have both sides see how they can make the organization better.
Those listening skills become very important,
Yes.
and I do admire Toastmasters. It's one of the first things that you're introduced to
And that's
is
what keeps us
some
in
of those
Toastmasters,
listening things,
the positive feedback. If you think about having a
positive
boss,
feedback.
think about having a boss that cannot translate how you can be better without being positive. It doesn't have to be negative
Mhm.
if you're not meeting the standard of your organization. They should be able to relay that message in a positive manner.
That's one thing I do like in the meetings is if someone gives a speech, they get immediate feedback. And we don't use the word critiquing because we're not critiquing, and it's certainly in no way critical. It's something I had to learn was how to make that positive feedback and how because you can encourage people so much more with those positive words. One of the things that you learn is giving that feedback in that manner.
And Terry, and I believe with online, another tradition that has been going around a lot at a lot of clubs is the round robin evaluation.
Yes.
You can still have that direct evaluator that you've communicated with, and can you look out for the filler words? Can you look at, do I have the body language? But you can also get feedback from your other fellow Toastmasters. They can send you a chat message or they can send you an email saying, I really enjoyed your presentation tonight. I think if you do a little bit more vocal variety, then that can make your speech even better. And then that encourages us all to go out there and share our stories in the spring when we have our contest.
Have you noticed a change, especially since so many have gone to virtual and some are recording? Have you noticed a change where people can record and actually watch themselves in how they improve?
Yes, you can always record, have a great uh, person like yourself who can knows how to record those meetings and get it back to the individuals for them to critique and come back and give that speech again and give it better. We actually have a one of the paths in our level one is to give a presentation, apply the feedback that was given, and come back and give that presentation again. So I love that.
Well, that leads me to then what is this educational program? So what do I just come in here and I just go to a meeting and I just start talking and you all give me comments back, or how does this all work? How do I learn?
Well, educational program, it is tailored to every speech you give is tailored to an agenda. For instance, the very first speech for us, if you come to an organization, we always want to know more about you. So it is excellent that Toastmasters start your journey off with what we call the icebreaker speech, an introduction of yourself to your club members. And from
Mhm.
there, it gives each speech that you give is tailored to uh, a material that's in that format. For instance, we want to see body language, we want to see vocal variety, we want you to write a speech with a purpose, we want you to have a panel discussion. Uh, all of those things are in the evaluation in the educational program that we have
Mhm.
called Pathways.
But what if I give a really bad speech
First,
and it's just awful?
first, we give you that positive feedback on how to make yourself better. And sometimes what we have is what we call stoplight speeches. You may get to a meeting, and I truly believe if I get to someone's meeting, even if I'm visiting a meeting in Ireland, Japan, and there's no speaker, but they have guests, I'm going to step up to the plate to give those guests something that they came out to see. It may not be the best speech because maybe I did not practice, but I call those stoplight speeches where I got something in my hip pocket. If no one else is going to step up, I'm going to share my story. And I love to say share my story because I think when you think about I have to give a speech, you get kind of nervous. But your story is your story. You're out there, we're getting to know you better. And that's why I truly believe there is no terrible speeches. Because as I get to know you, then we're all getting to know you better and how can, once again, continue to make things better for all of us.
You know, I love it. I heard a phrase after I started in Toastmasters, and as I was trying to learn to hone in on my speech and really improve it, but the words were, no one's ever been fired from Toastmasters for a bad speech. So it doesn't matter how bad it is. I know when I first started, I didn't have a problem public speaking, but I had a problem in that I would try to give a 45-minute speech in 5 to 7 minutes.
Yes.
That means that I never took a breath, and my audience, they were totally exhausted trying to follow along, and they had no idea what I was talking about. So learning how to hone in, how to narrow down, what are you trying to say? And you know what? You can't give all of that information in this amount of time. Exactly. So what information should go here? Then you can have a 5-minute speech. Now, with a little more information, it would be a 15-minute. A little more information, a 30, a 45. But it's not all going to go into that 5 minutes, so don't even try. It's hard to learn.
And again, it's all about education. Our education program is about educating you, the member. Your icebreaker speech should be just a little bit of introduction, 4 to 6 minutes. The next speeches are tailored 5 to 7 minutes to get you more comfortable giving those presentations. And as you get into your longer presentations, it's tailored for you to be able to keep that information within that time. When I first joined Toastmasters, I was not educated. And my icebreaker, no one told me it was supposed to be 4 to 6 minutes. I spoke for 15 minutes. And everyone looked at me like I was crazy. Like, Shed, you're trying to tell your whole story tonight. I did not know. But now that I've educated, I try to educate others as we go forward.
And that's the fun part. Okay. You know, you didn't know, it wasn't explained, whatever. The learning. And what I liked in that people kept telling me what I was doing. But one day we had a member get up and I watched him. And in his 5 to 7 minute speech, he tried to give 45 minutes worth of information. When that was over, I went over to my Toastmaster mentor and I said, that's what I do, isn't it? She said, that's exactly what you do. Now I could see it. Everybody learns in a different way. Once I saw what they were talking about, oh, okay, now I know. It finally went through this thick skull of mine, and I could then work to adjust it. So that's really fun, I think, to watch other people speaking, see their styles. But the thing is, we could all give the same speech.
Yes.
Shed, if you and I gave the same speech, it would be to come out to entirely different ways.
Exactly.
Because our personalities, our own input into it.
Yes. Yeah.
That's so much fun to learn. I've had so much fun in Toastmasters, and I've had so much fun working with you. I tell you what, if you have never met Shed Mayberry, let me say, if you do, you cannot walk away from this man and not feel energized, encouraged, and positive.
Well, that's my goal. That's my goal. Yes, ma'am. And vice versa.
Is there anything else? I'm sorry, go ahead.
And vice versa, working with you has been a pleasure when we was on the.
Thank you. It has been so much fun. Let me put up some information here. If you'd like to learn more about Toastmasters, please check out their website, toastmasters.org. Now, Shed and I, although we are part of this large international organization, and we've worked together within a district, which includes, I believe you said, was all of Kansas and the western half of Missouri.
Yes, ma'am.
This is a big area here. We are also a part of the same club. We are a part of Tower Talkers Toastmasters, and I would like to invite you to check that out at their website, 392.toastmastersclubs. Be sure to get those extra S's in there, .org. I learned the hard way.
50 years.
We want to be sure that you check those out. We are planning a Tower Talkers 50-year celebration. This video is going to be a part of that celebration as well. If you had any final words, what would it be to tell somebody about Toastmasters?
I have 3 final words, Terry Ann. No one is perfect. I think about why I stay in Toastmasters. I actually had Bell's palsy when I first joined Toastmasters, and Toastmasters just helped me with my confidence. And everyone's like, "Shit, I didn't know you had it," because you just still have the confidence, and you don't let that define you. And I love talking about that when I work with international students when they say, "Well, I'm afraid because English is my second language." Get that out of your vocabulary. I worked with 3 international students. They went on to do great interviews. And of course, they had to leave the Manhattan, Kansas area. It was a great loss, but I felt like a proud papa watching them go off to their jobs. The second is, this is truly the second best organization that I've been a part of. The military was the first. I have gotten to know individuals all around the world, and I truly consider them family members, like yourself. I've met you, your husband, and those teddies. I consider all of you family members. The third is, I want to leave you with a quote by Helen Blanchard, who was one of the 7 female international presidents. If you get everything out of Toastmasters that Toastmasters have to offer, you will never get out of Toastmasters because it is unlimited. The opportunities is open to everyone. It is up to you to get out and find it.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I want to thank you very much for joining me tonight, for talking about Toastmasters with me, my Toastmasters buddy over here. And I want to encourage you to be sure, again, to check out Toastmasters and find out what all of this excitement is about. Until next time, I am Terry Ann Porter. I'm excited for my guest here, Shed Mayberry, and I look forward to sharing some more Toastmasters stories with you before too long. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the invite.
See you later.